Welcome back to The Verdict. You did get to see some of the pictures that have been sent in by some of our viewers. You can also send in your picture. Take a picture with your permanent voter's card and let's know what your plans are, how you're going about the elections.
Not your car, though.
Not your car.
Not your car.
Not your car. Just the
lovely
PVC.
looking Jeep.
There's one,
There's also nice cars,
massive,
you know, but
massive.
just the PVC.
Just the PVC.
The PVC will
Take a
just
picture.
you,
And
the PVC, and
in
that's
the
all.
garden.
Yes, you, the PVC. But that will just be fine with location.
No, maybe
Use the hashtag. Use the hashtag.
Yeah, that's just all. That's thanks for the props, but not really needed as such.
Use the hashtag The Verdict or hashtag 2019 elections. So we're still talking about the security situation, and indeed we asked, Ijoma asked a question earlier, which Latubosun responded to, about people asking the question if they had to go to a polling unit, they had to move from their homes to where they're supposed to vote, and if they can prove that they're on their way to voting, is it right that the
security agencies
will stop them from going, even if they are walking? Mr. Onuga.
Now, contrary to what the earlier person said, with all the due respect to him, I don't agree with him that ordinarily your voting center or
Should
unit
not be more than one man.
should not be more than one man. Now, we know in practice, during the period of a registration, it's just like when you've been there since morning, you are trying to register, you look at the time, some minutes to 3 or something, I know they're about to close, then somebody comes around and say, oh, go to that place. We have just 9 people there. The next thing you see the crowd, they empty there in a frenzy. Nobody cares whether at that point in time the place is
close by or not.
It's close by or not. You could even go there and say, oh, they see another, you say, oh my goodness. The other person say, oh no, go to Okera. If you go to that place. So in the process, at that point, the excitement of
being able to register,
franchise and all that takes everything. There is no other thing that matters. So, but eventually, by the time you get the card, oh, at last, I got it. Then when you get home, you've rested and, oh my God, a kilometer and a half. And it's true.
On that day, because during registration, you have your car, or you have access to public transport.
Yes.
There's no restriction of movement. But on the election day, there's no car.
Where shall I go and sleep?
How will I get
And
to
it's the
this
same
place?
system that has educated you that, oh, make sure your vote counts. Then, okay, fine, the IG has given the order, no vehicular movement, fine. You can walk. In the process of walking, there's someone asks you, Oga, where are you coming from? So, I left this place, and you, is something wrong with you? You left that distance, you are coming here, are you sure? You know, okay, put your hand up for a second, and like, Oga, don't be ridiculous on this. I think at that point in time, the card itself, like we lawyers say, a document speaks for itself. When you bring out your card, it should indicate, and I think like the gentleman said, common sense should take over from there. That's where they said discretion was said there. So once you bring out the card and they see that, oh, truly you are going in this, you shouldn't be petrified or scared. These people are employed to look after you. But it's just unfortunate that at that point in time, maybe we see guns. Like this gentleman from the UK will tell you, you won't see a policeman in the UK with guns. Yeah, they're able to combat
crime. The security architecture is different.
Yes, but we have to start building. Somebody has mentioned 20 years, like Sheon mentioned. Right. Oh, that we have been able to have 20 years. But if it has taken us 20 years learning how to get this democracy right, then when are we going to practice the democracy? Like they used to say in the village. No, sorry, like they used to say in the village. Because there have to be a bit raw now. They'll say, oh, if it takes you 20 years learning how to get mad, then when will you practice the madness? Because they see this much, oh, I'm learning, I'm practicing, I want to be mad.
So
then like they see you 5 years again, then they look at it, you have gray hair, they say, oh, it has taken you 20 years learning how to, then what time would you have to practice? It's the same thing about the democracy thing. So we shouldn't be saying, oh, those are organized crimes, they are sinner crimes. That's the essence of democracy. If it's going to work for us, we either take it as it is, not that we start trying to say, oh, this one was good for us, that other portion was good. It's something you embrace wholesale. So the issue of saying, voting center, no, it doesn't work out. I've explained why it's so easy, because at that point, like you mentioned,
right.
You have a card, you are mobile. You don't remember that on election day.
You won't be.
Because you realize that, oh, rather than being disenfranchised, oh, you think you're smart. Yes, I've gone to that place. Important things at least. I've not done double registration.
On the other hand, sometimes you might actually think that, election day, I could actually go stay close by and do that. And then on that day, you now realize that, oops, I can't go.
I'm staying
there's
around.
No movement.
Mr. Atogwale, the situation with INEC staff. You know,
Yeah.
again, that question of when do the security men leave the INEC staff alone to focus and then get back to other things? At what point? So that the question of insurance comes in here. INEC is said to have insured at least 1 million of their ad hoc staff. Now, to what extent? INEC would have to tell us more about that. But do you think that's something worth pursuing further?
Okay, let me put it this way. Each time I deliver what we call holistic security training in Nigeria, which I normally do, I do ask the question, during election, do we actually have a budget planned for insurance for security staff members and INEC officials? Not only security, not only Nigerian police force. I'm talking about all cut across security staff members, probably private guards or whoever we're going to be using, or even the NYSC students that we're going to be using. How well insured are they? This is a critical matter that we're not actually looking at. And to look into this, we need to involve the CBN, we need to involve the presidency, and we need to involve the INEC chairman himself and the Nigerian police, DIG and IGs and everybody. But the question remains, are they insured? If they are insured, what capacity of insurance do they actually have? Can anybody shed light on that?
We have the DIG.
Yes, I would love the DIG to actually tell us something about it,
because
it must have been in that position before.
Mr. Zumi, during the 2015 elections, which I know you participated in, this issue of insurance and ensuring that if indeed, as it is possible with all matters relating to security, that should something happen and someone who is a security agent or someone who is a security personnel gets involved and has cause to either lose his life or her life or get into trouble and all that. And that same thing goes for INEC staff. In the case of INEC staff, we've seen that happen many times, especially with youth coppers and so on. Are they insured? And by your experience, have we had such schemes in place in the recent past?
Ladi, you are not always getting my name correct. My name is Dang Azumi. If you don't want to use Azumi, call me Doma, D-O-M-A, the shortest form. For every police officer,
okay,
all police officers are insured, comprehensive insurance. Once you are enlisted, in fact, before you pass out from the college, the insurance companies, the police, we have a branch in the police that deals with the insurance of all police officers and even the civilian staff working for police. They are all insured. So I don't think they need any special insurance during election, since they have been comprehensively insured right from day one. So for the other security operatives, I cannot talk for them because I'm not there. I don't know how they operate. But for policemen, this is what I can tell you.
Okay, so
and in the event of any casualty or death, they are paid death benefits, they are paid money to take care of the families of the deceased. Or if it is injury, there is a percentage of money that you will be paid to take care of your sickness.
Okay. Well, again, that then brings us back to maybe almost like full circle. Because when you're talking about security, you are anticipating, you are not expecting. But if it then happens, then of course you are there to stop and prevent a reoccurrence. What we see is that even in this circle that we are expecting to kick off in a few hours tomorrow, we've already seen quite a bit already. We have seen quite a bit already in party primaries, in campaign rallies already, in movements back and forth and so on. That's already been the case. And we haven't actually done the election yet. So I think, Mr. Onuga, you of course are in Lagos. You live in Lagos and so on. And there's this common saying about if it goes well in Lagos, then the chances are that elsewhere it might not be so bad. Yes. In terms of Lagos, someone earlier was talking about Lagos being a small but very delicate place because it has everything in it. Everything you have everywhere else in the country here is in Lagos. Yes. From what you've seen in the run-up, yes, what do you make of it? Is it okay? Can we look forward to a fairly peaceful situation tomorrow? So that those listening to us and who want to come out tomorrow don't need insurance that Mr. Atoko Alibe have been making reference to?
I think from the briefing of the Commissioner of Police, I think we should have a cause to smile. The IG will have his reasons for deploying or redeploying his officers. And I think in this case, of course, the gentleman was there, gave a good account of himself. I'm not in the force, so I can't hold a brief for him as to whether it was proper or improper. But the most important thing with what we've seen today, the idea is to instill confidence in the citizenry, not fear. Because if the commissioner has come out to assure citizens they can go about without let or hindrance, exercise their civic duties and all that, I think definitely there's every cause to smile because, like they said, Lagos is a small Nigeria. Whatever happens there will create a lot of ripples. Practically, if Lagos is safe, of course, Nigeria too is relatively safe. So I think tomorrow, people should go beyond the old stereotype that they see this, at least like the DIG said, soldiers are not posted towards voters' axis because they are primarily trained to kill. That's why, of course, they know that. No, it's true, and that's why they won't bring them near civil society. Okay. Now, the other sister agencies, the police, immigration and all that, those ones are trained more or less to deal with insurgents here and there, civil disorder, just to maintain law and order. It's different from the one who is trained in the art of war. We are not at war. So I want to plead with their citizens. Even if they see policemen who are armed, they should know that this is just to ensure that this is a message to maybe miscreants or those who might have the intention of fomenting a trouble that, like the military people say, oh, we're on ground, we are fully on ground. Those are a kind of deterrence, not to instill fear in people to come out to vote, but to give them the confidence that, oh, these are the people who are paid to protect us, and we're happy that this time around, when we're exercising our duties, just like a lion, nobody will mess with a cub when the mother or the father is around, no matter how delicious it tastes. So I think it's
I like that analogy.
So we should just go there. For those who have the PVCs, they should go there, no matter the areas, whether you're talking of Mushi, you're talking of Agege. The Commissioner of Police for Lagos State is not the Commissioner of Police for Ikeja. He's the Commissioner of Police for Lagos State. So for him to have done the address, it will have interfaced with the area commanders, the DPOs and all that, through the chain of command. And of course, satisfied himself that yes, everything is well on ground, and I will plead with the people of Lagos to just go out there with the confidence that yes, this is a person who has assured us that our votes will count, nobody will molest us. And once that is in place, I think probably they said June 12th is the freest and fairest. Probably this one might even surpass expectations. It's for us to be able to make that happen, and I think the time to have that confidence is now.
We'll take a break. When we come back, Tubosu's been shaking his head. I don't know. We'll find out. We'll find out why he's shaking his head. But that's after this break. Please stay with us.